Good evening, everyone. Negaunee remains the #1 team of the UP Boys Big 5 basketball poll, and the Miners were home tonight, taking on the Westwood Patriots. Pick up the action in the first quarter. Luke Gray, crossover dribble. Gets his pocket picked by Dre Tuminen. He loses the ball to Dylan Tassin, but Tassin gets it to Jay Laurie, who drives to Trent Bell for the layup. Hey, just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Okay, that's old. 10-2 Miners, and Chad Hewitt on the Westwood bench says, let's talk about it for a moment. Connor Mason wears number 4. He's a golfer in the spring. I don't know if he wears it for that reason, but that was good for 3. Miners led 15-7 after 1 to the second. Dre Tuminen, Jay Laurie, 19-12 Miners. Back the other way, Connor Hanlon to Andrew Manzaline for 3, and Westwood closes within 21-15. But Negaunee scores the last 5 points of the half. Dre Tuminen threw defenders up good. Ouch. Ended up holding his right knee, but Coach Dan Waterman told us he would be fine and did play in the second half, scoring 22 points. Negaunee went on to win 59-27. Limited boards tonight because, well, let's face it, it's Wednesday. Pickford over Newberry 50-46. Detour hits 90 as the Raiders beat Mackinac City 90-64. On the girls' side, Manistee came out shooting tonight, and the Emeralds downed Gwynn 64-51. College basketball, Wisconsin Superior JV women defeat Gogebic CC 74-61. Kingsford's Maria Wiltsius had 22 for the Lady Sampsons. For the men, 4 in double figures, paced by Brandon Cooper's 15 points and 14 rebounds, and the men won 81-56. Big Ten men's hoops, Derek Walton Jr. 26 points. Michigan defeats Minnesota 82-74. Team districts tonight, we're in Escanaba as the Eskimos are taking on Petoskey in the final. Petoskey beat Sault Ste. Marie 57-23 in the semifinal. And for Escanaba in the orange and black, Mo Hogue. Hey, if you're going to have a name Mo, you might as well be at Escanaba and be an Eskimo. He pins Kevin Tran at 128. That gets Escanaba on the board, but they trail 18-6. Jump to the 130 pounds, and Sergei Lamarche, with 4 seconds to go, will pin Peter Kaburski, and Escanaba takes the lead at 27-24. Escanaba would go on to win 43-30, and the Eskimos travel to Mount Pleasant for the regional next week. On the scoreboard in Division 3, Kingsford beat Menominee 52-30, Iron Mountain over Negaunee easily. And in the final, it was the Mountaineers 10 better than the Flivers 46-36. In Division 4, Munising is your champion with easy wins over Ishpeming and Westwood. Also, Manistee is your champion after Newberry beat Rudyard. The Emeralds took care of the Indians 31-24. And Rogers City easily over St. Ignace. There is another district tomorrow in Gwynn. Early last month, I was at the Houghton Splash swim meet, and I saw a swimmer from Kingsford who had very good form, but was slower than most of the other racers. So I emailed Flivers coach Keith Freeman about him, and Freeman told me the young man is a freshman and a new swimmer, and he keeps improving at every meet. TV6's Ethan Schmidt caught up with the Flivers at a meet in Marquette. He introduces us to Kingsford swimmer Seth Ventimiglia.
Thank you, Mark.
Seth Ventimiglia is a freshman swimmer on the Kingsford High School swim team, and when he is competing in the water, you would never know that he was born with spina bifida.
I've always been competitive. I mean, it's kind of a downside as well, but you know, I've always wanted to compete in anything that I could. Going into high school, I wanted to do something. You know, before high school, I didn't really do any sports. Which I didn't really like.
At 2 days old, Seth had his first brain surgery, and many more would follow that. But those who interact with Seth know that nothing can slow him down.
Our very first meet, I stuck him in one of the longest events and asked him, I said, hey, are you okay with doing this? And he took it on, and you know, in one meet, he actually dropped over 2 minutes off of his time swimming 500 yards.
At the February 1st meet between Marquette and Kingsford, Seth beat his previous 200-meter freestyle time by 13 seconds. And in the 500-yard medley, he decreased his time by 20 seconds. This type of progress is something that the Kingsford coaches have seen all season.
He doesn't let anything hold him back. Every single meet we've had, his times have improved. He's one of the hardest working kids I've ever seen on the swim team.
Seth wants to be an engineer and attend the University of Wisconsin. That dream is a little way down the road. For now, Seth will continue to swim hunt, and hopefully start some new challenges next year.
I want to get into tennis too, so maybe next year when I get into my sophomore year, I could do tennis and a little bit of golf, and I also want to continue being a part of the swim team.
Seth and the rest of the Flivers will get ready for the UP Finals on February 20th. For TV6 Sports, I'm Ethan Schmidt.
Minor league hockey player Kevin Gravel of Kingsford might get the call to the National Hockey League's Los Angeles Kings this weekend. Gravel has played all 42 games this season for the Ontario Reign of the American Hockey League. Kings defenseman Christian Ehrhoff was placed on waivers this morning. Gravel's move will not be made until Ehrhoff's status is resolved, according to the LAKingsinsider.com. The Kings are on the road visiting the New York Islanders tomorrow, the New York Rangers on Friday, and the New Jersey Devils on Sunday. So the former St. Cloud State Husky could make his NHL debut soon. Gravel has 5 goals and 16 points with a plus-minus rating of +5 this season. 2 of Gravel's goals have been overtime winners. Former Michigan Tech defensive back Brett Jervis of Lakeland and Hubble has earned one of the 12 GLIAC Commissioners Awards for the fall sports season. Jervis started all 10 games for the Huskies, recording 61 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. He was named to the All-GLIAC first team and the All-Super Region 4 team. Jervis has a 3.79 grade point average in exercise science, and he was the top Division II scholar athlete in the state of Michigan last fall.